2 meals a day versus 1. On a clock, the difference looks tiny. Inside your body, it is the difference between healing and harm. You could be eating a perfectly clean diet full of premium protein, healthy fats, and essential vitamins. But if you try to pack it all into a single meal, your body cannot break it down fast enough, meaning those nutrients pass straight through you unabsorbed. But a famous clinical observation revealed exactly what happens during those 23 empty hours. In this video, we are comparing 1 meal a day against 2 meals a day to find the absolute best method. Who should choose 1 meal versus 2, and the hidden dangers of fasting too fast, and how to avoid the side effects. Let us look at a famous clinical observation from the early days of nutrition. Researchers studying individuals with excess weight noticed a fascinating pattern. When patients were fed fewer calories spread out evenly across the entire day in small portions, they stayed constantly hungry and frustrated. However, when those exact same daily meals were pushed closer together into a shorter time frame, the daily hunger vanished. This observation proved that meal timing plays a massive role in how our bodies manage hunger and daily energy. So why does eating once sometimes beat eating twice? The answer isn't about willpower or calories. It comes down to one hormone that decides whether you store fat or burn it. Once you understand this one thing, the entire 1 versus 2 debate suddenly makes sense. Every time you eat, your body releases a hormone called insulin. Think of insulin as a delivery driver. Its job is to pick up the nutrients from your meal and drop them off at your cells for energy. If your cells are already full, the delivery driver drops those nutrients into your fat stores for later use. When you eat frequent meals and snacks throughout the day, those delivery drivers are constantly working. Your body stays locked in storage mode. Over time, your cells stop answering the door. They become resistant to the constant deliveries. This condition is known as insulin resistance, and it sits at the root of stubborn weight gain and type 2 diabetes. Restricting the number of meals fixes this storage problem. When you stop eating for an extended period, insulin drops, the delivery drivers take a break, and your body is forced to open up its storage units and burn stored body fat for daily energy. A recent clinical review showed that patients who limited their meals to a specific window experienced a drastic drop in baseline insulin compared to those who grazed all day. This is where the debate gets interesting. If you eat 2 meals a day at noon and 6, your insulin spikes twice. You interrupt the fat-burning momentum 2 separate times. If you eat 1 meal a day, you only interrupt that fat-burning phase once. You get a much longer continuous stretch where insulin stays low, forcing your body to rely entirely on stored energy. If rapid weight loss and reversing insulin resistance are your top priorities, condensing your food into a single daily meal creates stronger forward momentum. Yet forcing your body into a deep 23-hour fast every single day comes with a hidden cost. Beyond weight loss, many pursue fasting for longevity and immune support. These benefits come from a cellular recycling process called autophagy. In a documented 2017 study, researchers observed that prolonged periods without food prompted the immune system to clear out damaged white blood cells and generate fresh ones. This recycling process takes time to ramp up. While you get some benefits after 16 hours, pushing that window closer to 24 hours massively increases the cleanup process. If your primary goal is maximizing longevity, fighting an autoimmune condition, or aggressively cleaning up your internal systems, eating 1 meal a day provides a much deeper level of cellular recycling. Those extra 6 to 8 hours of fasting make a massive difference in how much damaged tissue your body clears out. But leaning on this intense daily cleanup can eventually work against you if you ignore the mechanics of digestion. Eating an entire day's worth of food in one sitting demands incredible digestive power. Your stomach must produce massive stomach acid, and your pancreas must pump out a large volume of digestive enzymes all at once. If you eat 1,000 calories at lunch and 1,000 at dinner, your body handles the workload in 2 manageable shifts. If you eat 2,000 calories in 1 hour, your body must double its digestive effort instantly. Many people do not have the digestive strength to process that much food at once. This leads to bloating, acid reflux, and discomfort. Worse, when the digestive system is overwhelmed, it cannot properly break down and absorb the nutrients. You could be eating a perfectly balanced meal full of vitamins, minerals, and amino acids, but if your body cannot break it down fast enough, those nutrients pass right through you. Clinical observations of intense fasting regimens noted that some participants began losing muscle mass and experiencing fatigue. This does not happen because fasting is inherently bad, but because they physically cannot consume enough protein and essential nutrients in a single 60-minute window. Their body starts breaking down muscle tissue to make up for the nutritional deficit. This brings us to a major roadblock that many dedicated fasters hit after a few months of success. When people start eating one meal a day, the initial results are often fantastic. The weight comes off, energy levels rise, and the morning routine becomes incredibly simple. You wake up, get dressed, and start your day without worrying about breakfast. The liberation from constant meal prep is a massive mental relief. However, down the road, the progress often stops. A plateau sets in. The scale refuses to move even though you are eating perfectly clean and fasting for 23 hours a day. Both issues stem from the same root cause: long-term sustainability. If you stay in an intense state of daily restriction for too long, the body adapts by slowing down your resting metabolism. It realizes that massive amounts of food only arrive in a tiny window, so it holds tightly to whatever fat it has left. Understanding this adaptation reveals exactly why 2 meals a day often serves as the perfect long-term solution. This is not just theory. In March 2023, researchers followed more than 24,000 American adults over 40. They found that people who ate only 1 meal a day had a 30% higher risk of dying from any cause, and an 83% higher risk of dying from heart disease compared to those who ate 3 meals a day. Skipping breakfast alone was tied to a 40% higher risk of cardiovascular death. Then in 2024, a second study analyzed nearly 20,000 adults who crammed all their food into an 8-hour window. That group carried a 91% higher risk of dying from heart disease. The lesson is clear. 1 meal a day is a powerful short-term tool, but living in that extreme window year after year may quietly tax your heart. 2 meals a day provides a beautiful middle ground. It gives you a strong 16 to 18-hour period without food, which keeps insulin low enough to maintain your weight. Splitting your food into 2 separate sittings ensures you can comfortably digest and absorb every single nutrient. You avoid the extreme digestive burden and the risk of starving your body of essential proteins and vitamins. You also prevent the metabolic slowdown that comes from chronic daily restriction. So how do you decide which one to use right now? It all depends on your current situation and your immediate goals. Let us walk through a simple timeline. If you are currently eating 3 meals a day plus snacks, your very first step is to teach your body how to burn its own fat for fuel. A body that relies on constant carbohydrate snacks will panic if you suddenly remove its food supply. You must transition to a lower carbohydrate diet rich in healthy fats and proteins. Once your body adapts to using fat for energy, the cravings for daytime snacks will vanish. Once you are comfortably eating 3 solid meals without getting hungry in between, try pushing breakfast later into the morning. Gradually delay that first meal until you skip it completely. Now you are successfully eating 2 meals a day, perhaps at noon and 6 in the evening. If you have a significant amount of weight to drop, begin shrinking the gap between those 2 meals. Move them from 6 hours apart down to 4 hours apart. Eventually merge them into 1 single meal a day. This single daily meal becomes your treatment phase. You use it to break through the initial insulin resistance and shed the excess weight rapidly. Once the mission is accomplished and you reach your target health, staying in that intense phase is rarely necessary. When you achieve your goal weight, your focus shifts from repairing your health to maintaining it. Health maintenance requires adequate vitamins, minerals, and proteins to keep your bones strong, your skin clear, and your immune system vigilant. Trying to cram all of those maintenance nutrients into 1 meal every single day is difficult and often unnecessary. This is the perfect time to transition back to 2 meals a day. You can enjoy a hearty lunch and a relaxing dinner. You will easily meet your nutritional needs, protect your digestive system, and still reap the benefits of a 16-hour rest period every night. Some individuals find they feel amazing eating just once a day forever, and if they can eat enough food in that one sitting without losing too much weight, they can certainly continue. But for the vast majority of people, the most sustainable lifelong strategy involves eating 2 meals a day as a baseline and occasionally tossing in a deeper fast. You might eat 2 meals a day all week, but choose one day to eat just a single meal to give your cellular recycling an extra boost, or follow a 2-meal pattern for months and then complete a full 36-hour fast twice a year. By understanding the mechanics behind these eating patterns, you realize there is no single perfect rule. You use one meal a day as a powerful tool to carve out your health, and you use 2 meals a day as the foundation to sustain it for decades to come. I am curious to know where you are on this journey right now. Are you currently eating 3 meals, 2 meals, or have you already transitioned into eating just once a day? Let me know down in the comments. If this breakdown helped clarify your daily routine, leave a like and share it with someone figuring out their own eating schedule.